Hey, what's up? I was kind of just sitting here watching college football on Saturday, and I was looking through my notes for everything, and I realized I had this quote that I was watching this one guy, probably might have heard him, Shannon Sharp, football guy. I was watching this thing. I'm pretty sure it's him that said something. Dogs over there. And what he said, they're like talking about him and Ocho, football player also. They're talking about how in this quote, when what you fear in life will always happen. And obviously, there's like whatever parameters to it, but I thought it was a very interesting idea because I remember growing up. We're gonna start getting dark here. Growing up, I remember having this nightmare or whatever a few times of seeing my parents' gravestones, and so I'd see like my dad or whatever and see that. And okay, that's one thing. Whatever. Fast forward. Honestly, I was probably like 13, 14, and then that's where like 5, 6 years dad died. So there was some validity to it. So almost it was like the thing I was scared of the most is suddenly became the reality. And that's when it makes it easy to say, oh, I'm living my nightmare, or like there's a phrase like that and stuff like that. And in a lot of ways it kind of did become to be. But what I didn't realize is that it was only to help me, which is weird. Obviously, you want people to live as much as possible. You don't want people to get cancer and die and all stuff, like whatever. But when stuff happens, it's almost like it's never what you think. Like for better or for worse, things that happen are never what you think they are. And so all the fears and stuff that you have are really almost like they're like a facade keeping you away from what you can really do. Like it's almost like not lift. Only lifting 10 pounds when in reality, you could probably do like 30, 35, 40, up to whatever. But you just stay at 10 because you're just scared. You're like, I don't want to embarrass myself and lift this weight and not be able to do it. Like, it's kind of stuff like that where the fear thing kind of keeps us and holds you back. So then when those fears happen, they come to reality and you face them and you actually use them and learn from them, grow from them, and don't let them take you down. You're like, wait, that was to help me? Wait, no. Oh, that leads me to this, or, I never knew I could do this. And it's like one of those things that all it took was kind of going through the thing to see it. And that's one of the things that I should have done earlier. I mean, you can't say, I should have had a close family member die before I was 19. But what I'm thinking is like, oh my gosh, dude, if I was thinking in this way beforehand, obviously everything would have still been tough, but I could have used stuff more. And obviously it comes from a perspective of I need to actually go through the stuff that happened before this stuff happened to have this perspective. But it's almost like you just need to go through stuff. You need to go through the stuff that scares you. And I still struggle a lot with all this stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff that I'm probably hesitating doing because there's probably some certain things I could be doing and I like just won't. And I'm getting better, but it's almost like, I mean, even if you fail, even if you mess up, like let's say like the fear that's holding you back, the thing you're most scared of is getting rejected by a girl, or telling guy that you like love them, or whatever, stuff like that. And maybe you're scared of rejection. But in reality, it's like, damn, like we live this life, like you're just kind of wasting time if you don't at least try. Like, I mean, at least try. And so for me, I trust me, I've gotten rejected. I understand it's not fun, but it's one of those things that it's tough really to move on and to like grow and to like go on to the next thing when you don't like kind of tie the bow or tie the ribbon on what's already going on. Like if there's something in your mind that you're like, this kind of bugging you and they're like, I'm not quite there yet or whatever, something like that, just facing those fears, going after them is so important because it's gonna, usually, I mean, like the thing says, whatever is going to come back, like it's going to happen. So you might as well just do the thing, like it's to rip the bandage off instead of like doing the whole thing and be like, I'm taking off a part. Like just get that bandage off, get that stuff done with. Like it's always harder. It always seems harder than it actually is. Like it feels like for anything, it always seems like it's worse. It always seems like there's more to it. It always X, Y, and Z than it actually does. And I learned that a lot. Like making YouTube videos, it scared me so much just to get to the point of making my first video. And then it scared me so much to do the first video on like my channel talking with my face. And then it scared me so much first video we're talking about my feelings. First video, do like covers. First video, talking or like doing this or that. Like, I mean, I remember like showing people videos used to scare me, used to be like, so whatever. And obviously I still have certain things about like watching videos with people. Like I like kind of like see, because you're always our toughest critic. So you see stuff, you're like, or whatever, or my voice sounds weird but in reality, like if you think about from the perspective of them, and if you were watching a friend's video, you wouldn't really care that much, but you yourself kind of do it. But like the little things that scare you, like these fear things, if you just go right at them, if you do them, even if you do it scared, like even if you're doing it and you're like, you're just doing it, you're like, oh, it's not that bad, and then it kind of allows you to kind of like go up. Like it's like doing Mario and you finish like level 1, like oh, so you defeat like whatever, like Koopa or something like that, and then you go to like level 2. Like it's kind of like you get like a new normal, and the new normal allows you to kind of like try new things, do and stuff. And I just, by going through the process of failing, facing fears, and all that stuff, it kind of just allows you to kind of do more with your life. Like the more risks you take, the more opportunities you have. It's like you might as well fail as much as possible, especially when you're younger, because then you can see what makes sense, what works. Oh, with a relation, like obviously you don't want to like relationships, stuff like that. You don't want to just date around or do stuff if there's not actually any meaning to it. I mean, people would do what people do, but it's like if you're kind of just whatever without any meaning, stuff like that, it's not gonna get anything. But if you're like, but you don't want to like, I don't know, you don't want to be like so whatever to just one thing, or like, oh, this has to go this way, or this has to be this, or this, that, or the third. It really good catch. I was just watching, but it can, life is gonna be something that you never expected. So it's more about being able to adapt to whatever life throws your way, and not being like, oh, it has to be like this. And at a certain point, facing fears and doing all this stuff just allows you to kind of open your eyes, see with new perspectives and stuff like that, and see that life isn't quite what it seems, and there's more to it. And usually on the other side of uncomfortable, on the other side of the unknown, on the other side of fear and all this stuff is the stuff you probably want the most. Like walking up and talking to that one girl, you could have like 50-year marriage and a bunch of kids and a bunch of love and happiness if you just talk to that one girl. Maybe you get rejected, maybe that's it. But you never know. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's why fear and all that stuff, it has this connotation. It almost has this like weight to it of it, like something you want to avoid. But in reality, it's a thing that you want to triumph over. It's something you want to use as a trampoline towards doing more and having greater success and feeling more complete and doing all that stuff. And all it really boils down to is just doing the thing. Just doing the thing that scares you. And I talk to myself with this a lot. Just doing the thing that scares you over and over and over and over and over to the point where the things that scare you are suddenly like non-existent. It's a beautiful thing. And so to anyone out there, if anyone's struggling with fears, anyone's struggling with anxieties, anyone's struggling with any of this kind of stuff, just understand, hey, you can do it scared. You can do it whatever. Just doing the thing, facing the thing. It's so much, you feel so much better. You have so much more whatever peace and like so much more whatever understanding going through life when you just do it. And it could just be one thing, could be whatever. Just doing the thing, it'll help you so much in the long run. So, hey, you can do it. And I love you guys. Hopefully you guys have a great day. Subscribe like if you want, and peace out.